Budget and the financial restoration plan, how do you want to do it? What do you want to talk about first? Start with the financial restoration plan. Okay. I checked to see if we could buy any time for, further study and stuff like that, and it doesn't sound like we can. So, that's the answer I got from the chairman of the committee. This is Henry. So, we're bound by our whatever rules, high revised code, whatever it says, we're bound by that. So if you need to get any definitions or anything, we can clear it up very easily. Law director, whatever you need to clear up. I don't know how you want to go through this myself. I'd kind of like to go through it. The first three cover sheets don't matter to me a whole lot. I don't know if they matter to you guys that much. It explains it, that's fine. I read them and stuff and understand it. But I just wanted to, I'd kind of like to go through each one of these blocks one at a time. Even the old ones. I mean, I brought this whole stack. This is all the stuff, originally. We started like the 5th of March last year. With the first proposal or something on the 7th, we had some other stuff from the commission, but there's a whole lot of stuff to do. We can make comparisons to as far as what the old plan said and what the new plan says, but I'd kind of like to start, and if you would, Diane, I'd appreciate it if you'd read those paragraphs for us.
Okay.
As we go down there, I mean, we can start right at the top with the source of additional revenue and the sources and stuff. And maybe we can start asking questions in Ken's here. Is the mayor coming?
Yeah.
Okay. You're here so you can field some of the questions, and then we can start making our comments. I want to tell everybody again, if I didn't tell everybody the other night, I won't be here after Monday. So I'm going to... I'm
you
sorry.
can't rearrange your schedule?
Yeah, I already did. I planned on us having all this stuff in February is the way it sounded when I last attended the commission meeting, and it didn't work out. So I rescheduled it from February to March, and that's the way it is now. Pardon me?
We're going with you, just so you
Yeah.
know. But we're going.
But I will, between now and Monday, I'll make my opinions known as much as I can. But I mean, I will be here, so it'll be you eight people who have to decide what we're going to be doing here.
Oh,
That's
before I
next.
forget, when is the next commission meeting?
Next 24th, I believe it is.
What time?
24th, I believe. Ken, is that, I believe that's right, 24th of March is the next commission meeting. Fiscal commission, I think it's the 24th.
What time is it usually?
1:30 has been the time up to this point,
And where?
and it's been at the chamber for...
1:30 at
first
the chamber
couple of-
conference
Pardon?
room. 1:30 at the chamber conference room on the 24th.
On the 24th. Okay. So, the plan the mayor has to produce a plan to the commission, we understand, on the 19th. And then they will come in on the 24th, they'll take a look at it, so timing-wise, that's what you're looking at. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I had a conversation with Mrs. Hanrahan, and I voiced my opinion on how late in the game we were getting this thing. And the other thing is, I think when this thing hit the paper, now all of a sudden it's going to generate some conversation. Quite honestly, I asked God straight out, I'd like to extend it 1 month and listen to residents right ahead.
So we have to, so technically we have to vote on it on the 16th.
Or 17th or
You
18th.
have to call a special meeting and vote on it.
Yes.
Maybe that 18th.
We could do, already we're planning on, we talked the other night, some of us, we're planning on having a meeting at 6 o'clock next Monday prior to the meeting. So that's going to be one meeting we have planned here for sure. All right. But now from here to there, whatever we decide would be decided here.
And we have to get 3 readings.
No, this isn't for review, this isn't an ordinance, this is just a
We
plan.
don't have to approve it.
We either have to approve hers or present a counter, yes.
We don't have time to keep doing all that because we have the 19th.
Well, we spent what, maybe 3 to 4 weeks doing that the last time, and there's not
Right.
that kind of time out of the way they're talking right now, so. And that's where I said, I think, you know, first of all, the commission, I think, is wrong. Well, I'll say it, I think, are wrong, but also I can tell you, I was at that last commission meeting, and it was made a point of, I believe, Bob Gessner and Bob Young, that they wanted this thing, that they felt we should have time to have this thing. Well, we're not having, it's not happening. And that's when I came up, they started talking about, they could start immediately exchanging numbers. I'm at the administration. I'll use you for the whipping person. When we talk about this,
Thank you.
and you can use me if you feel like it. But the administration, and then they talked about really getting serious about it in September or February, and that's what I said. That's when I originally canceled my vacation because I thought we were going to be into this. And that would have given us roughly a month to do something. Well, that's not happening. And that's what I said. I point blank, this is kind of selfish, but I'm not going to be here. I asked you if there's any way we could look at a 1 month extension to the 19th, give us time to talk, because I do believe now that it's hit the newspaper, there is going to be a lot of people asking.
What's the worst case scenario?
Worst, I guess, is if nothing happened on the 24th, they would probably they could implement the cuts starting in April.
They could.
That's what she says. And that's the way the Ohio revised codes work. Now, if you're making headway, I don't know what happens.
So I just don't feel that the 19th is fair.
No, it's not.
And if we don't make headway, then, okay, well, we'll just have to maybe take a chance. I mean, I doubt that they would really impose a 15% cut across the board, really. I mean, we've done all the other things that we said we were going to do up until this point. So, I mean, I don't see why.
We're the ones that have done everything.
That's what I'm saying.
We've
We've done
done it
everything
all.
that we said we were going to do
Yes.
up until this point.
Yes.
And so, as far as I'm concerned, we don't make the 19th, hold up, we don't make the 19th.
Why don't we just go through it and see where we end up?
All right, let's do that so we understand it anyhow.
I have 2 questions for Mr. Court that have to do with timing, if that's okay. Mr. Court, did you guys, remember when I went to the last meeting, was it January probably, when the last fiscal commission meeting was going on? There was
Yes.
mention that you guys would be meeting with, I believe, Ms. Brown from the auditor's office on February 4th.
Correct.
Did that meeting occur?
Yes.
Okay, and the purpose of that meeting, I believe, was to be able to review things such as the comprehensive vehicle replacement program and things of that nature to make sure numbers were going to match up.
Correct. That was part of it.
And then who developed the replacement program?
That was through the mayor's office and the department directors. A lot of that work, the groundwork was done by the wastewater treatment plant.
Do we know how long it took to develop this?
6 weeks.
And the reason I ask these questions is because it does play to this timing thing. I do feel that we have a legitimate argument to be made that when there was a meeting had 35 days prior to our receiving the plan with the auditor's office in the state of Ohio to make sure numbers matched, and we had to wait that 35 days before we seen everything, when obviously, at least at that time, some conversation had happened. I'm assuming some kind of affirmation that things were lining up. Additionally, we have a 19-year plan here.
It's 20 years.
20-year plan here for vehicle replacement that took 6 weeks to develop, and I'm given
4 days to
a week and a half to fully grasp, understand, and decide that I want to implement. And I don't know if that's an appropriate amount of time for me to really dig into this.
If I may,
Go right ahead.
approximately 10 days before it was presented this week, we asked the law director for his opinion on the real estate levy. There, we were looking at including fire and police and that, and when he did get back to us, which I believe was Friday, this last Friday, said, no, you have to have those on a separate. So when, from 1.8, we were originally looking at to 1.5. So, you know, we were waiting too, a little bit for the
10
law.
days before you present it to me. That's 10 valuable days. And I guess at the same time, I guess what some of us would be saying is even at that point, a preliminary plan could be given to us. In which case, then the administration could have come back and say, hey, well, by the way, we received an opinion from our law director that says this can't happen, so 1.8 is not feasible. Instead, I'm given 9 days with what is your plan that you want to present. I just don't understand why preliminary information, even this vehicle replacement program, could have been presented to us a month ago possibly, so that we could digest that before we see the entire plan. Now I have this big ball of wax that I have to try to get through, and not enough time to fully be confident to say to my citizens that I represent, that I understand it fully and am prepared to vote on it. I also believe that when we pass a resolution saying this is our plan, same thing as last time, we're saying we're going to vote these pieces into law. And I don't know if by the 18th I'm ready to say that. Now, you know, for 6 months I've been on every soapbox I can find and creating a few that weren't there before about a comprehensive vehicle replacement program. And I'm happy to see the administration agrees with me and has developed one. But I'm not going to vote on one that I'm not fully confident in.
And there was a lot of meetings with the different departments there, at least 2 for every department.
And I agree, 6 weeks, I actually think 6 weeks means you guys were probably doing it fairly quickly.
Well,
I commend you on that. I just want more time to digest it